Hi, Andy XL, back with my last podcast of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Having late at night, having just watched England secure the bronze medal in a ridiculous 6-4 game, which really you could tell no player really cared about playing properly. It was a joke game, really. Nothing to be read into it at all, apart from both teams were highly gifted. But we'll move on. 103 games down and dusted, and here comes the big one for the big prize. A final between the reigning World Cup holders Argentina and the reigning European champions Spain. So let's look at their tournament records. Argentina's 90-minute tournament record reads played 7, won 5, drawn 2, scored 16, conceded 7. In their 4 games in the knockout phase, they have needed 2 extra time wins and 2 late comeback wins to keep their hopes of sending Lionel Messi off with a remarkable trophy defence. Spain's 90-minute tournament record is played 7, won 6, drawn 1, which was against Cape Verde, remember that, scored 13 and conceded 1. So the Spanish have the better tournament record and have not been required to play any additional time or make any sapping comebacks that would deplete their physical and mental energy reserves. Spain are rightly favourites to win this final, but given the spirit shown by Argentina in this competition, they too have to be considered as very serious contenders. Spain's template has been the same that has served them well for 20 years now. Dominate possession, limit the opposition to scraps, and grind them down until openings appear. Now, FIFA have measured possession in terms of attacking possession in this tournament, and Spain have had the majority of that attacking possession in every game bar their semi-final versus France, and have averaged 57% attacking possession across their 7 games. Spain have averaged 17 shots a game, with 6 of those per game being on target. Of their 40 shots on target, 42 shots on target in this tournament, they've scored with 13 of them at an impressive 31% conversion rate. They have allowed just 6.3 shots per game and a measly 1.9 on target, so it's hardly a surprise they have conceded just 1 goal to Belgium in their quarter-final. Argentina have averaged 55% possession, so they too have had the benefit of the lion's share of the ball in their game so far. They have averaged now. These stats are slightly distorted by the fact they've played an extra hour due to the extra time than the Spanish, but they have averaged 16 shots a game with 7.6 of them on target. Of their 46 shots on target, they've scored with 16 of them. That's an even more impressive 35% conversion rate than even that of Spain. That they have allowed just under 8 shots a game, with 2.4 of them being on target, but they have conceded 7 goals from the 17 shots on target. So their opposition have scored with 41% of their shots on target. Spain have the edge in terms of possession, and that could be critical against an Argentinian team that must be dealing with higher levels of fatigue, both physically and mentally, than the Spanish. Allowing for the 2 periods of extra time played by Argentina, the shots and shots on target are pretty level, whilst Argentina have allowed more shots and shots on target than Spain. So again, the edge statistically is with Spain here. But one thing that seems to be true in this game is that neither team are going to have a huge amount of chances. So converting what chances you create is going to be crucial. Stats wise, I can see Spain getting the better at this, and with Argentina likely to tire, if that is the case, as this game progresses, Spain to get on top during the second half seems a likely outcome based on both teams' tournament stats. But let's have a look at some of the key battles. Football matches are won and lost by players, not stats. But stats do tell us what the two complete units have achieved and may achieve. But sometimes exceptional performances can be more important than those stats. So who are the key players in this final? Well, obviously, we've got to start with Lionel Messi of Argentina. This Argentinian team has been constructed around the little maestro. And why would you not build a team around a player who is, for me, the most skillful player of all time, even though he is now 39 and cannot run around as much as he did? Indeed, he doesn't run a lot. But get him the ball, and he is still more than capable than probably any other player of destroying the opposition. As was evidence in their semi final against England, where he was pretty quiet for the first 3 quarters of the game, but then had the intelligence to recognise where he could find space and had assists for both the goals that saw them make their second remarkable comeback in 4 knockout games. Argentina have scored 16 goals in this tournament. Messi has scored 8 of them and assisted in 4 of the others. So he has had an involvement in 3 quarters of their goals. Enough said. For Argentina to win this game, he simply has to find one more masterful performance if they are to retain their title as world champions. On the Spanish side, probably the most important player for them, I think, is Rodri. As important as Messi has been to Argentina, Rodri has been the conductor of this Spanish orchestra. He may have no goals and no assists, but everything the Spanish team does rotates around and starts with Rodri, and his role in this game will be 2 or 3 fold. Firstly, he's the one that controls the midfield and starts most of the Spanish attacks, and also as the heart of them keeping possession for long periods. The Spanish get him the ball and he ensures they retain possession. And when the time is right, either feeds the Spanish players in wide areas or gets it into Dani Olmo in the 10 position. He is also the guy whose positional awareness allows him to form a shield in front of the back four, break up opposing attacks, and use his distribution skills to get Spain back in control. And in this game, the third part string to his bow, as it were, is as the deeper lying Spanish midfield player, he will also play a part in not allowing Messi the room to get at that Spanish back four. If Rodri orchestrates another Spanish masterclass in possession, it will be a long night for Argentina, and he dovetails that with limiting the space available to Messi. That could put the finishing touches to this particular Spanish symphony. Alongside him for Spain, Lamine Yamal is obviously going to be another key player. And if Spain do need a player to provide that cutting edge further up the field, Yamal is the man they may turn to. The Argentinian fullbacks have struggled to shut down the opposition wide players in recent games, and England were latest to exploit that. So getting the ball to Lamine Yamal may be a way that the Spanish can open up the Argentinian defence to create the opportunities they need to win this game. Back on the Argentinian side now, and I've picked out Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez has found the form in this tournament that Chelsea fans would have loved to see from him last season. When teams shut down Messi, it's been Fernandez that has been the next cab off the rank. His passing skills and ability to play the right passes has been key in finding a way to overcome adversity. And his 2 goals, one of which was the late winner against Egypt and the other was the crucial late equaliser against England, have shown that when his teammates are tiring, Fernandez is the one that has stepped up. And he is likely to operate in the same part of the field as Rodri, but when in possession or without it, he could be critical in stopping Rodri running the show. On the Argentinian side too, I've picked out Nicolas Tagliafico, the left back. I've already stated why Tagliafico is going to be vital in this game in relation to Lamine Yamal, and it will be his job to keep the teenage sensation at bay. He may well get plenty of help from his teammates as they look to double team Yamal whenever possible, but the more he can do on his own, the less space that leaves for the likes of Dani Olmo in the centre. And that brings me on to Dani Olmo. If Yamal is shut down, Olmo is the next best route for Spain to create chances. If the Argentinians do double team Yamal, Olmo is a really clever player and knows how to find spaces between the lines. And then he can either has good shooting prowess or could play the killer passes that lead to goal scoring opportunities for Spain. And another Spaniard, Marc Cucurella. Messi tends to operate more from the right than the left, and that brings him right into Cucurella's backyard. This little guy with the big hair has been the best left back in this tournament. So him versus Messi is strength on strength. And this is a contest that when it becomes mano a mano, Cucurella cannot lose. And he also provides a quality going forward when the opportunity presents itself. If this guy has a big game, Spain will be on the way to their second World Cup success. And the final Spaniard I picked up is Aymeric Laporte. Like Cucurella, Laporte as the left-sided centre-back will be the one along with Rodri and Cucurella that shares the task of eliminating a threat from Messi. All 3 of these guys need to play their part in doing so. Any lapses from any of them may cost them in what may be a game of limited opportunities and goals. So Laporte's going to play a really key role there. Back to Argentina now, and at the opposite end of the pitch. Emi Martinez, the goalkeeper. If Spain do have more possession, create more chances, have more shots on target, Martinez is going to have to deliver on his claim to be the best goalkeeper in the world if they are to keep Spain from turning those possible stroke probable advantages into goals. And if it does turn into an extra time and then even penalty shootout affair, Martinez has a very good record in penalty shootouts, so beware. That's what makes him a key player. At the other end of the pitch, the other Martinez, or one of them, Lautaro Martinez. Messi and Enzo Fernandez have scored 10 of Argentina's 16 goals in this tournament. Martinez has 3 of the other 6. 2 of those has come as an impact sub in their quarter-final and semi-final wins. If Argentina are tiring late in this game and or need a goal, Martinez could be the guy to be their late hero again here off the bench. So who wins? I just think the mental and physical toll the Argentinians have behind them must take a toll on them at some point. And when you're facing the masters of attrition or attacking football in Spain, that's not a good scenario. So barring one last incredible Messi performance or Emi Martinez having a superb game, I think Spain will grind Argentina down to win this game 2-0 and become the new world champions. So on Monday, I'm going to come back and have a look at where England's squad goes forward from here and who might be likely to be seen again in the next Euros or the next World Cup. So England fans, tune in for that one on Monday. But enjoy the World Cup final and I'll see you later.